I want to make a piece of art for the D students and the F students because, oh my God, I am more like you guys than you would even know. All right, so I got interested in tattooing because I remember my artist when I was in high school, he told me that he ended up getting like a C in his art class. And then he was a tattoo artist. I just remember that seemed like the coolest story I ever heard. You mean to tell me you got a C in art class and now you make art for a living? When I heard him say that, it was over. I was a C student. I wasn't gonna go be nothing good or special or nothing. I was a C student and I thought tattoos were cool. So I got one from him and I kept going to him. So I'm making this sheet, but here's the reality. If you're that student who you just don't feel like hope about like the future or school just isn't that thing, not everybody, and it's rare when it happens, but I've seen tattooing take some people out from being like the stigmatized person to someone who's got a little bit more like empowering, and that's even if you just get work or appreciate work. So one of the reasons I agreed to answer some questions for your high school class is because I just relate too much to, that bad student, the student that you really not knowing what you're going to do with the rest of your life, because college is like good grades, and when you hear good grades, you like, well, but what is that? All right, so let's get on to some of your teachers' questions. All right, what's your name? So my name is Terin J.D. How old are you? So I'm 29 years old, so I'm getting close to 30. Where did you grow up? So I grew up in Indianapolis, and I spent a lot of time there. I was there till I was like 19. What school did you go to in high school? So I went to Lawrence North High School. That was the school I went to. I learned a lot in that school. I was the kid who'd be drawing on his arm, and I drew on other people's arms during breaks, and I'd even have janitors asking me what I was doing. Where do you currently live? I live in Bloomington, Indiana. I've been living here the last 7 years. I just can't seem to leave it. What do you do? What do you work? So I tattoo professionally, and it says, what's your background? I got a background in art, but I kind of shied away from being the art kid because I didn't think you'd make money on it, so you wouldn't be able to have a career or anything, so I got away from it. Then I got back interested in it when I left high school. What were the steps in life you took to get where you are today? Let's say if someone wanted to pursue being a tattoo artist, what advice would you give them? All right, this is controversial advice. I would have just honestly sat myself down and told myself you're gonna get so much further if you stop trying so hard. If you can just be okay with failing publicly in bad ways, gracefully fail, that'll be the best thing for your career. I had a gig and I got let go, and the smartest thing I did was I just bowed out gracefully and I left. I didn't say anything, whatever. I didn't freak out. I didn't anything. And it took me 4.5 years into doing this professionally to get there. So I'd say the advice is to try, do, but sometimes when you failed, just allow yourself to fail and you'll get further. Let's see another one of these questions. What influenced you to pursue art? Okay, so with me, what got me interested enough to pursue art was I just couldn't do anything else. I tried to work as, say, a cashier. I was a bus driver for a little while. I was in college, and it wasn't good. I wasn't good at it. It wasn't good for me, and I don't think I was helping anybody. Nobody seemed like they were having a better existence because they met me as a bus driver. No one seemed like they had a better existence because I was their cashier. And in 2013, I got a chance to do my first tattoo, working in a tattoo studio. And once I did it, it just hit me in a way that I couldn't stop. I knew I'd have to do it forever. So once that happened, It was really just about finding a life that could justify surrounding myself with all this art and everything. Right, what trends do you follow in the art world? Trends are something I'm going to say avoid. When you're a kid, you can just dive right into trends because you're a part of the trend because that's your group. When you get older, you can't chase trends anymore. I try to just follow myself. I try to listen to myself. I try to respond in authentic ways, and I can't do that when it comes to just like trying to be a trendsetter. You know what I mean? It's really hard to follow trends and then be a part of those trends at the same time. I can't really do it, so I just do what feels right. All right, so who are your favorite artists and artworks? This is going to be weird, but I like a lot of graphic designers. I like illustrators. I like videographers, honestly. I'm more inspired by videographers these days than anyone else. I feel like the future belongs to the videographer. And so people who figure out ways to put out their medium, but in authentic ways to themselves using videography, I feel like those are going to be the winners of tomorrow. So, you know, because of that, it's like YouTubers are honestly some of my favorite like artists. What is your favorite kind of art? So my favorite kind of art is just anything that gives me a good feeling in my stomach. Like, I could try so hard to be everybody else, but what inspires me is just what's going to inspire me in like a way that in a good way, in a good feeling. So if I see something that makes me feel that, I'm going to respond to it because I have to. Are there any big projects you are currently working on? I'm working on a back piece by a client who's Instagram famous, and they have like 100,000 followers on all their platforms, and it's ridiculous. And they help hamsters and small rodents. It's probably my biggest project I'm working on, and it's pretty cool. How do you find inspiration in your work? I find inspiration in my work just by kind of like allowing all the bad thoughts and trying to filter them through trying to filter them through my lens, where it's just like, how can this inspire me? How can this not inspire me? So much all that. So that's really my biggest just inspiration right now is my childhood, just stuff like that. If you guys have listened to this for 10 minutes, give yourselves a round of applause. We are going to look at I don't have an end to this, and so I'm going to end it real raw and not edit it very well. So thank you guys so much for letting me answer the questions. The process for this, just make a lot of mistakes on it. You know, blend it the best you can. Honestly, the most personality you have is like, it's just going to shine through in this whatever. So just have fun. You know, design things that you want. That's what I did on my sheet, so make sure you do it on yours. All right, you guys, I'm going to wrap up and pack up all this equipment, you know, so I'll be able to get back to my day. So you guys be easy.